Where's my BTS army? Where are you people? I'm here trying to collect these things. I went to my favorite fucking McDonald's in San Francisco on 24th and Mission. I always feel like I'm back in the old country. You know, a lot of people just buy coffees there. But I got another Happy Meal, and I just thought about something fucking brilliant. A way for McDonald's to make more money. There's a lot of pissed off, grumpy motherfuckers out there. Why not just sell unhappy meals? Who wouldn't buy an unhappy meal? You're pissed off. You don't want a happy meal. You want a fucking unhappy meal. Well, we'll have to do the happy meals. Here I am. So far I got 8 new ones. Then I got like 7 Diplo cuts. So as long as I got more than the leftovers, I think I'm doing pretty good. But let me see what oh! Motherfucker, did I get another original one? I think I scored. God damn it, I scored another one. The fuck is this guy's name? Oh. It's fucking what? Is it DJM? DJM? RM! I got fucking RM! Oh, fuck. I'm almost there. How you doing? Meet your friend. It's gotta be this guy, right? Or is, oh, no.
It's none of them, right? It's a new one, right?
No, they got 7
old ones and 7 new ones. But
yeah.
Is it one of the ones that you have? It's not.
No, I ain't have one. So I'm up to 9. There's 14. I don't know how long this thing is going for, but I'm excited. You know, I'm excited. I was at a McDonald's in Berkeley last week, and somebody came in and asked for certain number ones that they're looking for. You know, and I'm thinking. I don't do that shit, you know? I'm about the journey of it. I'm about taking my chances, seeing how close I can get. But I don't know. You know, like every great thing, things come to an end. I'm not sure when is the date that these things stop selling. But one day I'm going to walk into McDonald's. I'm going to order a Happy Meal. And they're going to give me some shitty old toy. And I'll be like, what happened to my BTS people? What happened? I lost the Hello Kitty. What's next, though? I don't know if I want to keep on going, because I'm looking at these things, and I'm thinking, this is a lot of Happy Meals. How many Happy Meals? Like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 Happy Meals. 17 motherfucking Happy Meals are represented here. 17! You know, if I keep going, they might have to bury these things with me. Because it can't be too healthy eating this shit. But a Happy Meal isn't that unhealthy for you, actually. You know, because they give you small fry. You know when was the last time I even ordered a small fry? I think never. Not unless it came some kind of meal that you had no choice. You got the apples, which apples are always healthy for you. You can get the 6 or the 4 chicken nuggets. I used to order the 6, but then now I'm going with a fucking hamburger, the little hamburger, because it's cheaper, you know. And it costs $1 more to get two more chicken nuggets. So you get the 4, you want the 6, it's gonna cost you $1 more. I always order the fucking coffee, the large coffee, because one time I got some milk that was rotten. I got rotten milk. You know, there's certain things you don't want to fuck with at McDonald's. Ice. You don't want to fuck with ice. I'm not talking about the government ice. I'm talking about the real ice. You don't want ice in your fucking drinks at McDonald's. That's why I always order the fucking coffee. They give me the little milk and sugar containers so they don't have to be like frozen or anything. Not that I'm all like, you know. But there's certain things you don't want to order at McDonald's. Even the apples kind of taste like they're stale, you know. Who knows where the fuck? They probably got an apple tree somewhere that they fucking cut down. But I'm excited for the BTS army. How about you? You love the BTS army? As you can tell, I got a motherfucking haircut. I got a fucking haircut. Look at me. And I like I said, once you go shave too, you gotta go shaved. You know, not only do I get a haircut, but I also get my beard shaved these days because that's how I do it. And I go to Martinez to do it. And it's like, I always think like, you know, the society judges you if you can afford to get your beard shaved or not. In the old days, you would go to the barber would shave you every day if you were rich, you know. You wouldn't fucking shave in your own house. You would go to the barber. That's where a lot of mafia people got killed because they couldn't help it. They wanted to look good. They were mafia. You know, you couldn't be an ugly, fat mafia dude back in those days. So, yeah, I did get shaven. And I go to this place in Martinez near the Walmart. I don't know. Martinez is a city. It's actually the capital of the county I live in called Contra Costa County. So I go there a lot, but there's like one dude that is expensive, more expensive than everybody else. He gives fades. You got to make appointments, and it's kind of sexist, you know. It kind of fucking bothers me. I'm out here getting a haircut from a woman, and some dude comes in trying to make a motherfucking appointment to have some dude cut your hair. Motherfucker. Why can't you let a woman cut your hair? What kind of sexist bullshit, you know? I'm tired of this shit. This is a Bay Area, you know? If you only let men cut your fucking hair, fuck you. Move to the South. I ain't down for that shit, you know? I never had a bad haircut, but I always find it funny, like, you gotta tell them what you want. Like, why can't you just ask her, hey man, give me a good haircut? It's your job to cut hair, you know? I don't fucking go to McDonald's and tell them how to make something. They're professionals. They know how to make that shit, you know? So I'm always like, give me a nice fucking haircut. Shave me off. I'll give you a nice tip. Because I don't go that often. I don't know. And it's one of my phobias. I can't really explain it. I don't know why. I just never like getting my hair cut. And I think it's because I'm on the spectrum or something. But I've never been that comfortable with people being near to me that much. Like, especially like, they're all over your face. It's like, I've never really been that comfortable with it, you know? I never really liked it. I don't know if it's had something to do with my upbringing. You know, maybe I saw haircuts as punishment. Tell you the truth, I always wanted to grow my hair. But it's like I never get there, you know? Because my roommate always like, but now I need a haircut. I need a nice shave because I gotta look professional. I gotta look good. I'm going into the real world. The real world. Not the world we live in now. Not the little world we live in now, but the other world. And I need to look professional doing it. But I have to admit, I did kind of fuck up a little. Just a fucking little, you know? Just a fucking little. And it's not really my fault, you know? because I am a motherfucking professional. I'm a motherfucking professional, and I do things the right way, you know. And I did sign up for a comedy contest in Vegas, but I never fucking received an email confirming my participation, right? I never received a motherfucking email with my participation. So I didn't bother to fucking. I'm not gonna be there today. Sadly, I get a fucking email saying be there by 8 p.m. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking traveling. You gotta confirm me because I gotta get a flight and I gotta get a hotel, motherfucker. And it's too far. And I was looking up, it's gonna cost me like $150 just to get out there today, you know. And I was in the contest last time, and I didn't even fucking make it out of the first round and shit. Kind of my fault. I kind of asked not to go to the next round because it's too fucking hot. I didn't want to be there another day, another week. So it's kind of, I admit it. But I signed up for it because the weather's nice. And I was ready to go. I was ready. I was looking at fucking plans and all that. But fuck it, I never received the confirmation email. I said, I guess they don't want me on there, you know. Maybe it had something to do with I didn't pay the $20 either. But I didn't receive. Now I get a fucking email this morning saying be there by 8. Be there by 8? Why can't you fucking confirm me? I'm flying out of town, god damn it. And I would go, but I'm not making it out of the first round. You know, I want to go. And I'm still thinking, like, how can I go? The trouble is, I can't even fucking rent a car and make it to Vegas. In like, how many hours is like, what? I can get on a flight, but that's like an hour and a half flight. But it's like, why can't you fucking confirm my bullshit? You know? Why can't you send me a confirmation email saying, hey, I'm on, god damn it. Even though, I'm like, I ain't paid the $20. But last time I ain't paid the $20 and you asked me for the $20. And that was my way of saying, hey, it's my confirmation I'm gonna be on the shit. So sadly, I ain't gonna be there. But the good news is, if you move it one more day, you could catch me there, But like I said, it breaks my heart. It breaks my fucking heart. But it's like, man, Vegas is cheap. The only problem is these flights are a bitch to get out. And it's because fucking Spirit Airlines took a big crap. I used to be able to fly to Oakland cheap. Everything was cool. Spirit had like fucking 30, 40 flights out of Oakland. Everything was good. And then one day, Spirit decided to fuck shit up for me, fuck shit up for everybody. And at the end of the day, I can't get the fuck out of Oakland. I gotta fly out of SFO now. I gotta fly fucking Frontier, which is just the shittiest Spirit. I'm not shitting on Spirit. I ain't give a fuck. I ain't care about Spirit. I ain't care. Put me on the airline. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you give me free nachos, free anything. Just let me sit my ass down and get me to fucking Vegas. It's an hour and a half. I ain't fucking crying about an hour and a half on a plane. Okay? I've been on fucking planes 12 hours long. I gotta go to fucking Chile. It's like a 12-hour flight. God damn it. I mean, they could be cooler, but the truth is, I understand the economy of airlines. I mean, the prices haven't gone up in years, okay? These airlines don't make fucking money. I get that shit, At one point, I thought Frontier and Spirit were going to merge. And, of course, Trump took a big dump on their merger. So that shit ain't going through. But Spirit is in trouble. And, but man, if I had gone a fucking email a week ago when I sent it, I would have been there. I would have been there. I would have done my 5 minutes. I had it all planned out too. I was gonna buy a bunch of cigarettes because you can smoke in the bars in Vegas. I was just gonna smoke. a cigarette on stage. Just say fuck it. I can't remember the last time I've been able to smoke anything on a stage. I was excited. I was fucking excited. But I'm like, I mean, I didn't even fucking get out of the first round last time. But I was gonna do it. You know, I was committed. I'm a professional. But I didn't receive that confirmation email until this morning. So I was like, it is what it is. I haven't told her, but she's a dominatrix. So maybe she'll find me later on in the week and whip the shit out of me for not showing up, and then charge me $300 to get whipped. I don't know, but I was looking forward to it. I wanted to get whipped. I mean, last time I was there, part of me was wondering, like, you seem like a nice woman. How the hell do you order people around anyway and make them do crazy shit? I want to find out because I'm a baller. Like I don't listen to shit anyway. It's hard to control me unless you got something I want. But I was like, hey, I was down. I was gonna tell my jokes. If I didn't want to lose another Trump impersonator. The guy was funny though, but I was excited. But I was looking forward to it. I'm always down for losing comedy contests, especially in Vegas. Because you lose and you're like, fuck it, I'm still in Vegas. It's all good. It's all good. One time I went to a cannabis cup in Vegas. It was like 2 days. I actually volunteered for it. It was the first cannabis cup with the new owners, and I was excited. But they had it like an Indian reservation, which is not the smartest place to have a fucking weed event, because it's federally owned and shit. Why, weed is not federally legal, so why the fuck are you gonna have a weed event in a place that is run by the federal government? I mean, that's like the dumbest fucking thing ever. But it only lasted 1 day. It was so fucking windy up there. It was in the Red Rock area. It was so fucking windy. They canceled the second day. And how I felt when they canceled the second day? I was like, thank fucking God. I'm in Vegas. I don't have to be up there. There's no free weed. I'm fucking volunteering. You couldn't even smoke weed up in this place because it was federally owned. And I was like, thank fucking God. Thank fucking God it got canceled, Because it was my second time volunteering. The first time I volunteered at a cannabis cup, it was at the Cow Pads. I had a fucking blast. I had so much fucking fun. But of course, that was the old owners. They were kind of saying goodbye. I got a hell lot of shit. They were just handing me out shit. I was selling all kinds of stuff. I had a fun time. But man, and I met the fucking new owners, dude. And I swear these people were like rich frat boys. And, they should have been smart. They should have hired me as a consultant. I had spent years in these wee lounges at this point. I used to go to Spark, Relief, who's not around anymore, Urban Farm, not around anymore. But yeah, I used to spend years at these wee lounges. I got the guy's email. They should have hired me. They could have given me like maybe 50 grand, 100 grand a year, and just asked me my fucking opinion. If you want to go into the dispensary business, I was your dude. Because I had been there for years. I knew how these fucking things ran. I would have told them, dude, stay out of the dispensary business, man. And I'll tell you why. Because something the old owners told me. I didn't meet the owners, but I met part of the family because I was working for one of the family members. And they told me that when High Times first got started, it was about drugs. It wasn't about weed. It was about all kinds of drugs. They had stories about all kinds of drugs, So that made me think, like, on top of that, man, the magazine business was going to hell. But you know what they should have done? This was my other fucking idea. They should have gone into branding because, man, they gave us these High Times T-shirts as volunteers, and people loved this shit. People loved it. What they should have done is they should have opened up some stores and just sold merchandise. That's the best way to do it. You want to be in the weed business? Fuck the weed business. The weed business is hard. There's a lot of red fucking tape. But if you want to make money off the weed business, the best thing you could do is make stuff for the weed business. Rolling papers, fucking trays. There's all kinds of shit. But High Times should have gone into the merchandising business. Just sold t-shirts, hats, all this cool ass shit with her name on it. But man, the trouble with dispensaries is most people just go to the dispensaries near where they live or near their work, or maybe they got friends working there. Maybe you'll go to the ones with the weed lounges because you love fucking kicking it at the lounges. There's many reasons why, but people, and the trouble is that High Times, man, like High Times was at its peak years ago. So if you start people aren't gonna go to your dispensary just because it's High Times. I mean, all these branding. You got Be Real has a dispensary. I'm a Cypress Hill fan, but you know how many times I'm not gonna go to his dispensary to buy weed just because I'm a fucking Cypress Hill fan. I'm going because of the deals. You look for deals. Usually you find one you like and you keep going to it over and over. But yeah, they should have hired me as a consultant. And when shit went belly up, I was like, what a surprise. What a surprise, because they didn't look like they were fucking potheads. They were rich fucking frat boys, and they were in over their heads. And really, they should have hired some hippies to give them advice. They should have hired some hippies. They should have hired people like me who fucking had been there for years. I could have told them, man, the dispensary business is going belly up, dude. Too much red tape, too much craziness, I don't think any of these places are even making money, To this day, I don't think they're making money because nobody's going to spend a fortune on weed just because it's fucking legal. You're going to go buy weed at your friend's place. You're going to grow your own. If you're on a budget, you're going to budget it out, Weed is like anything else you spend money on, You try and find the best deals you can, So, I mean, I had a blast, but it was like, but like I said, these days, these events kind of just plain suck, They're fucking boring. Well, at the end of the day, it's all a business. It's all business. The weed is a business. But like I give anybody, like, don't go into the dispensary business because there's a lot of red tape. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. I mean, do you really think shit's gonna get easier for the weed business? Hell no, it's not, because they fucking made it difficult in the very beginning. When they fucking legalized it, they made it difficult for a reason. I'm not saying Gavin Newsom hates weed. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I've talked to people in this business who told me that they heard him speak in the beginning and they believed it when he said, I'm out here helping out, the little growers. I'm going to make sure the little growers can function. But nah, it was all bullshit, Now it's just a bunch of bullshit. And then we fucked it up for the country. California fucked it up for the country, California and Colorado, we should have been the leaders of this fucking movement, the leaders of legalizing marijuana. We should have been the lead. California should have been like the fucking leader of this business, We should have led the way for legalization, By the time Gavin could have walked into the White House, if Gavin had fucking done this shit right, he could have walked into the White House. We would have been in love with him. All the fucking potheads across America would have been, let's bring this guy in. He helped legalize weed in America. Let's bring him in. But now it's like, hey, now we all hate him for that reason. It's like, now it's like, why? Because you didn't fucking do what you were supposed to do. California has always been the leader of the weed market. Fucking the fucking triangle. The best weed in the world is grown in California. You know, every time I go to Vegas and I fucking smoke a joint, I'm waiting for the bus in Vegas. I'm smoking a joint. Give it a couple minutes. Somebody's always gonna try and get the joint out of me. You know why? Because they can smell it. They know this is the best weed. You can't find this shit in a lot of parts of the world, you know. The weed in California is so fucking good. It just, people can just smell it. Dude, last time I was there, somebody fucking just took the joint away from me. I didn't have the heart to tell him no. It's my fucking joint. I felt bad. He looked homeless, you know. It was 120 degrees. The fucker was wearing a fucking jacket. That's when I thought, man, this guy is really homeless because it's 120 degrees. You're not going to be walking around in a jacket in this weather unless you're homeless. And in fact, there was a fucking glass tip on this bitch. And I had to ask for the glass tip back. But really, I didn't want to, you know, because I'm like, I'm willing to fucking smoke out the homeless, but I'm not willing to share a joint with a homeless person. No fucking, I'm not judging you. You're homeless. I'm not judging you. But asking me to share a joint with somebody I don't fucking know on the street, like, but I mean, my joint was almost finished. So I let him finish the joint, you know, and he wanted my lighter too. I gave him a fucking lighter on top of it because I got 50 million lighters, you know. I got 50 million lighters. I got a rolling pin. I got all kinds of shit. I got all kinds of shit just sitting in my house, even though it's just sitting locked up because I can't even smoke weed in my own fucking house. But I got it. But like, how insensitive is this motherfucker thinking that I'm fucking gonna share a joint with him? You know, like I don't know where the fuck you been. I don't know what the fuck you do for money. Like I'm not judging anybody. You know, I'm not judging you. What I am saying is, hey, you know, well, like I said, every time, give it a couple minutes, boo, somebody's gonna pop up because they can smell the motherfucker. They can smell it, and they fucking know. They fucking know this weed is not from Vegas. Because it just smells so fucking good, you know. And the crazy thing is, like, when you got weed that smells really good, it's fucking indoor. It's hard to get great smelling weed outdoor because it's hard to control the fucking environment, you know. God does not fucking grow great smelling weed. God grows great weed, but great smelling weed, that's a fucking indoor thing. That's the artificial light thingy, you know. That's where you get this fucking great smelling weed, you know. God does not make great smelling weed. Unfortunately, it's the reality of the business, you know. Not saying anything bad. I'm not judging. I'm not saying I want fucking outdoor versus indoor. Fuck it. I smoke weed. I've been smoking weed for years, okay? I'm not saying indoor, outdoor, and fuck the competition. What I am saying is, it is what it is. If your weed smells great, boom. You know it's in fucking indoors, you know. That's just a little way of telling. But I'm not saying indoor weed is good. It's bad. I mean, I like the great smelling weed. I mean, there's nothing better than fucking opening up a jar and smelling that weed and going, damn, this smell is fucking great, you know. This smells fucking great. I'm not saying you shouldn't spend a fortune on weed. Look at, if you got money, you want to spend like $150 on an eighth. Hey, go for it, man. I'm all for that shit, you know. But there's gotta be a way of doing it, you know, because they used to fucking do it. They used to fucking do it, you know. I remember you would go to these weed lounges. Like I think every Wednesday you knew there was some vendor giving out some kind of free shit. So you'd go there, you get your free shit. It was all good. We were all cool. We're all friends. You know, they fucking legalize it. We're all customers now. We're not friends anymore. We're fucking customers. You gotta buy. Is that our weed? Is that from our weed? Did you buy it here? Did you buy it fucking here? You know, I'm seeing people bring their own food to McDonald's. Why is that any fucking different if you bring your own fucking food to McDonald's? But hey, I'll follow your rules. I might not like it. Not every. I know you're not making a lot of money, so I understand why you're like looking at this whole thing, going like, I'm not making a lot of money. I want. If you want to be in this lounge area, you know, my thing is, why don't you just sell memberships? You know, I'm down for these lounge areas to become like private clubs. You sell membership, you know. You want to go to the Italian American Sports Club, you got to be a fucking member. So why should these lounges not go that route? That's my idea. They should go route where you're a fucking private member, you know. You spend like you pay your fee every month, you're a member. You can go kick it there, you know. And the truth is, like, I'll buy weed at these places if you had good prices, you know. I mean, I want to support your establishment. Like, I go to these lounges, I want to support you. I want to, you know. But if I buy weed there and then I start getting hassled about like, is that our weed? Is that our fucking weed? Like, motherfucker, it is your weed, okay? Sometimes I try and sneak in my own weed. It's true. I have the AMC movie pass. When was the last time I bought popcorn at AMC theater? Never, never, never do I buy a drink. If they give it to me free once a year for my birthday, AMC hooks me up with a fucking popcorn and a fucking drink. Happy motherfucking birthday. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. But like the bucket is like $20 fucking dollars, you know? You know, sadly I'm a fucking loser. I'm a fucking loner. I don't usually go to the movies with other people. So, you know, I don't feel like I need to impress anybody with a big fucking bucket of popcorn, you know. A big fucking drink, you know. Even though I get a free refill of the bucket and the drink. But seriously, how many fucking buckets of popcorn can you go through? Like, you go through one bucket, you feel sick, and you want to fucking puke. Like, I'm not ready to go get another fucking bucket. Fuck the 2 for 1, you know. You know. Maybe I should. Sometimes they have these plastic buckets. I should buy the plastic bucket and show up every day with a plastic bucket. Like, give me my fucking refill, motherfucker. And now they got security checking the drink fountain. Like, oh no, you can't fill your free fucking Coke with your own cup, motherfucker. I got one time I had security bust me on that shit. Like, no, that's not right. You know, I was like, okay. It's okay. Before, the security didn't give a fuck about you getting your free Coke. But now, they fucking check. And you know what really pisses me off about the fucking Metreon? Sometimes they check ID. Fucking check ID. Like, I don't fucking show up here like 4 or 5 times a week. You're gonna check ID on me and shit, you know? And especially, I'm carrying a fucking bucket of popcorn and a drink. Now you want me to set everything down because you want me to look for my motherfucking ID. And like, I don't know if people are out there using other people's fucking passes. They might be. I mean, I've asked somebody if they could borrow my pass. And I was like, I would have been cool with it because I mean I get 4 movies a week. I would have been cool with it, except for the fact they do check IDs once in a while. And my fucking last name is 13 letters long. So, but I would have been down with it. I'm always down to share. I'm a sharing motherfucker. I'm a fucking hippie. I grew up in the hippie movement, man. I'm all about sharing shit. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I can't do it because they're gonna check, dude. This is how dumb I am. You know how fucking dumb I am. This is how dumb I am. The first time I had an ID check, I thought the woman really liked me or something. She wants to know who the fuck I am, where I'm from. I was that dumb. But then I realized, nah, some people just are bored with their fucking jobs and they're always gonna check. They're always gonna fucking check. You know? She wasn't checking it because she thought like this guy's hot. I wanna see where the fuck he's from. I might bang him. When he's sitting there in the movie theater, I might just sit next to him and say, hey, what's up? I see that you're from Walnut Creek. You must have some kind of money. Let's get down. I was that dumb. I'm fucking dumb. But most men are that fucking dumb. 50% of the time, when you get checked by a woman, the first instinct is she must like me. She doesn't fucking like you. She's fucking bored and she's strict like a motherfucker. Because most of the times you don't get checked. Nobody fucking checks you. But sometimes they. But the thing about it is, like, I fucking worked in a movie theater in high school, so I feel there's a couple industries that I worked in that I feel like, hey, I know my way around. But hey, she did check me, and I was like, okay, and I was upset. Like I'm fucking in a hurry here, because fucking they got like half-hour commercials in the movies now. So these days, I don't even fucking bother. If the movie says it starts at 1, I'm walking in at like 1:20, 1:25. I'm not trying to sit through a half-hour commercials and shit. Some of these movies are long as fuck. I gotta pee often because I drink like a motherfucker. I drink coffee like a motherfucker all day long, because I put weed in my fucking coffee all day fucking long. I don't give a fuck about it though, but that's how it is. So yeah, so they check ID on me. Yeah, I was that dumb. I thought, fuck. I thought she must like me. She don't fucking like you. She's a fucking stickler. She checks everybody. Oh, my fucking dumb must like me. Oh, that's how stupid I am. That's how fucking stupid I am. But thank God I figured it out because it's the same woman, dude. The same fucking woman checks everybody. Like, why the fuck are you checking people, man? Like, why the fuck? Are people gonna abuse it? Of course they're gonna fucking abuse it. Like, of course they're gonna abuse it. It's for free movies. I'm quite sure people share their family passes because you do it over your fucking phone. Maybe they carry old IDs and they get one time. Oh, this is a funny story. This is a really funny story. So one time I was checking on the AMC website for movie time, but I was checking for Emeryville, and I forgot I had checked for Emeryville, right? So I signed up to see a movie. I thought it was in the Metreon, but it turns out I had signed up for Emeryville, and I'm sitting here scanning my phone over and over and fucking over, and it turns out, guess what? Guess fucking what? It's not scanning. It's not going through. Why is it not fucking going through? Because I fucking paid for a movie in Emeryville. I'm in fucking Metreon. And the woman finally said, hey, man, no, you signed up for Emeryville. Now you might as well get in your fucking car and go there. You still got like 20 minutes to get to Emeryville. And I was like, I'm a dumb motherfucker. Another time, I paid for a movie the next day. I didn't realize that it was the next day. And I'm here just scanning. I'm scanning the motherfucker, right? And she's like, oh, no, that's for tomorrow. What do you mean it's fucking for tomorrow? What the fuck? What do you mean it's fucking tomorrow? It's fucking today, isn't it? Oh, no, it's fucking tomorrow. And she's looking at me like I'm some kind of dickhead. Here I'm trying to see a free movie. I got the AMC Movie Pass. I can see 4 movies a week. Why the fuck would I be trying to scam AMC and see a free fucking movie? It's for tomorrow. So yeah, but yeah, I was that dumb. I thought she must fucking lie. I can admit it. I I was that stupid. She must like me. Wants to see where the fuck I'm from, how old I am. Of course, I'm 53. I think she must have been in her only early 20s. Like, I'm a dumb motherfucker. Like, she must like me. No, she don't fucking like you. She don't fucking like you. She's just bored with her job and she's gonna check everybody because, like, fuck it. It says you need to be checked. I'm like, I've been going there for years. I hadn't been checked. I remember during COVID they would check if to see if you had your vaccine pass, which is total fucking bullshit. You know, because guess what? I got the vaccine so I could go to the movie theaters. That's how fucking stupid I was. I got the vaccines for the worst reason. Not because I'm afraid. You know, as soon as you could go to the theater without a vaccine pass, I fucking didn't get any more vaccines. Why? Because I don't fucking need to. That's how stupid I was. That's why I'm all for RFK Jr. doing this shit. Because at the end of the day, it's like, hey, I fucking I felt like I was forced to get a vaccine. I don't want to get a vaccine. I don't get the flu vaccine every year. I'm not one of these motherfuckers who tries to get a vaccine. My mom, man, my mom, she tries to get the vaccine as soon as she can. The flu vac every year she needs a flu vaccine. Not me. Because to me it's like I'm not afraid of the fucking flu. I wasn't afraid of COVID, you know, but they forced me to get the fucking vaccine. And I fucking got the vaccine. I think I got 2 shots or 3 shots. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But I will tell you something. When I was a teenager, my brother and I went to Chile. And I remember before we went to Chile, we had to go to the doctor and they gave us all these fucking shots. I don't even know what the fuck the shots were. You know, I got the measles. I don't know if it was the measles or polio, but I got all the vaccines. You know, when I was a kid. But like, yeah, why the fuck? What were they shooting us up with anyway? We're going into a foreign country. Back then, it was like a jungle, I guess. You know, you go into a foreign country, they shoot you up with a bunch of shit, so you don't come back sick and dead. But like, I'm not going into the fucking Amazon. I'm not going into a motherfucking jungle. You know what I'm saying? I just went to a foreign country. I went to another continent, but I remember they shot us up with a bunch of vaccines. But like, yeah, I was that dumb. She must have liked me. She didn't fucking like you. She's just fucking bored, and she was checking everybody. But my dumb ass was like, oh, she must have like I'm a fucking dumbass male. Males are just stupid, you know. And males are just stupid. We are stupid people. We always think the dumbest shit, you know. Like, no, she's fucking bored. She's gonna check everybody because she's fucking bored. She hates her job and thinks nothing funner than making everybody pull out their fucking ID, you know. But I was dumb. So we got the Super Bowls taking place at Levi Stadium this year. It's Super Bowl 60. We got Bad Bunny performing. But like we couldn't get Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. She wanted money and she wanted control. And she told the NFL, hell no. I'm thinking, why the fuck not? You know? Like why the fuck not? You're marrying an NFL fucking player, you know? You're marrying an NFL player. He's an NFL star, you know. If Travis Kelsey hadn't played in the NFL, if he only played for 3 years or 4 years, if he was a backup, there's no way he would be marrying Taylor Swift, you know? I mean, it's not a fucking secret, you know what I'm saying? But, like, haven't we done enough as an NFL? The NFL is a fucking family. The Super Bowl is our fucking party, you know what I'm saying? It's our celebration. And I think it would have been a beautiful time, you know, to celebrate the Kelseys. The Taylor Swift Kelsey, you know, we were NFL fans. We could all been happy. We could all been rejoicing. It would have been a beautiful moment for the fans to all get together and celebrate this future marriage, you know. But nah, she said nah. Why are you gonna say no? Because I like you haven't made enough money on your tour. You got the best selling tour of all time, you know. Why is it Lady Gaga can do it for free? Why is it Michael Jackson could do this shit? Why is it Prince? Why is it not you? Why the hell is it that fucking Michael said yeah and you said no? What is it? Like, why can't you give us this beautiful moment, you know? This beautiful moment. We could all sit there, you know. The Chiefs aren't going to the Super Bowl this year because basically they started 0-2. It's almost impossible to fucking make the playoffs after you start 0-2. You could do it, you know. The teams most likely are gonna do it because that fucking division sucks ass. You know, the Raiders suck ass. You know, the Broncos are okay. Fucking the Chargers are kicking ass, but they're not great. They're beatable. You know what I'm saying? The AFC is not that great. You know, there's not. The NFC is better this year, but like this was your chance to fucking come out and do something for the fan base. The NFL is a family, man. I'll tell you something I know about retired NFL players. They always need the NFL. They always fucking need the NFL when they retire. Years from now, you're going to need the NFL for something. The NFL, they always come back, you know. They might hate on the league, but when it comes to retirement, you want to keep making some kind of money. Like his brother. His brother's retired, man, and the brother's still making bank. He's making more now than he was as a player. Why? Because of the fucking NFL and the family name. And of course, you got Taylor Swift in the middle of it. People are watching your podcast because you're fucking dating Taylor Swift. They don't give a fuck about you. But a couple of years from now, you know, and the sad reality of the music business is like, you're not going to be fucking selling records for years. How many times you're going to convince your fan base to spend thousands of dollars to see your fucking concert? I'll tell you how many times, you know. It's on your bucket list. Of course you want to see Taylor Swift perform. But the next time, you're going to have to convince a bunch of people because you got families, you got kids, you got fucking mortgages, you got house payments. How many times are you gonna tell yourself, hey, I can spend a couple of $1,000 on some fucking tickets to see Taylor Swift? How many times you think that's gonna happen? You know, sometimes you gotta give back. You know, you gotta give back to your fan base. I think the NFL is a fucking family. You know, the NFL cares about everybody. The NFL wants to love this fucking marriage. They want to love this couple. You know, we want something to look at and go, we want you to give something. Why can't you perform and give something back to the family? Why is it so hard to realize this is for the family? This is something for everybody to rejoice. Maybe it's a safety issue, you know. I know she kind of like now they don't even fucking show her at these games anymore, you know, because she's afraid. She's afraid of safety issues. I get that. If it's a safety issue, I fucking understand that, you know. But don't be telling me like you couldn't get fucking control. You couldn't get paid. You said no. You said no. I mean, Prince said yes. Michael Jackson said yes. The Who said yes. Are you like better than these people? Like, I understand you're on top. You're the biggest pop star in the world. You gotta watch everything so you can keep fucking selling people. You can keep selling people their stuff, you know. You basically got your fans to buy the same album a couple of times already. I get that. I'm not saying anything, you know. I mean, I'm an old motherfucker, you know. I remember when you used to go to record stores to buy records, and now you got CDs and tapes and all this. I'm not saying, you know, I understand you got a business model you're flying, but man, you should have done this. You should have given it back because now you give another reason for NFL fans to like fucking hate on you. Like, what do you mean you're too good for us? Like, it's okay to marry one of our players, but now you can't get back and perform for free. Like, it would have been a beautiful moment. Like, I love Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's great. I'm fucking Latino. I'm all for all that. I'm all for another Latino hitting that stage. We had Shakira, we had J Lo. I'm down for all that, but I think this would have been a great moment, for everybody to come together and appreciate this, and we could look back and think like, yes, they did something, for all of us. But like, at this time, like now, all we can think about is like, why not? Why are you too good for us? Like, are you too good for the football fans? It's okay for you to be sitting in some box seat watching your boyfriend play, but are you too good to play for us for free? Like one concert? I mean, it's only like 30 minutes. How many fucking songs are you gonna do? Are you just too good for us? Is that what you're trying to tell us? I mean, if we can't afford $1,000 to see you live, are we like fucked? Are you like fucking? I mean, at the end, it's like I think it would have been a great moment, but at the end, it's like I think about it, like why not? Why not? Why can't you bring everybody together? It could be fucking years from now. You're gonna need the NFL. All these former players need the NFL. You know why? Because they're in the NFL. You can't make money. Why do you think Jerry Jones keeps telling these former Cowboy players, "Hey man, we don't pay you as much as you want, but guess what? You're gonna have a fucking career for life if you're a Cowboy. You can come and keep making money. You can live in Dallas. We're gonna get you fucking commercials, all this shit. You know what I mean? That's what it's about, And at the end of the day, that's why these players need the league because they want to keep making this money. They want to keep making money. They're making tons of money as a player, but you want to keep doing that for years to come. It's like, hey, you're going to need us. You're going to need the NFL family. And one day the NFL is going to look at you guys and go, hey, when we needed you, where were you? We made you a fucking star. They're gonna most likely put you in the Hall of Fame. You and your brother, you're gonna become the second brother duo to go into the Hall of Fame. I mean, we got to give you all these parties for you. I mean, your brother has a whole career because of you dating Taylor Swift. I mean, nobody would have cared about the Kelseys if it wasn't for Taylor Swift. And I understand that it is what it is. I've never been a Swiftie. I don't buy the music. The music is okay. The music is okay. But at the end of the day, it's like, we are a family. And the NFL family is the biggest sports family in America, the biggest sports fan base in America. We're the most loyal. The NBA players, they don't give a fuck about the players. They don't give a fuck about it. They're a bunch of rich people at these fucking arenas. But let me tell you something. The NFL is a family. It's a big ass fan base. And sometimes you gotta give back. You can't just keep take. I know you're a big pop star. I know you're planning another world tour. You're gonna charge people thousands of dollars for tickets, VIP tickets, T-shirts. You got another album coming out. You're gonna try and make more money, more money. Hey, I'm down with that. I'm down with making money, goddammit. But sometimes you gotta look at the bigger picture. You're marrying into this family. You're marrying into the NFL family, man. Travis Kelsey. If Travis Kelsey had never played in the NFL, you think he would be marrying Taylor Swift, dude? Hell no. Yeah, hell no. If you think Travis, if he wasn't a fucking star, if he wasn't headed for the Hall of Fame, there would have been, this would have never happened. And at the end of the day, it's like the responsibility is like you gotta give something to this family. This family needs something. And I would have been a special moment if we had all come together here in the Super Bowl halftime show and we could have recognized this marriage, you know, we could have all been excited. But now it's like we look at it, and maybe I'm off base. Maybe there's another reason why she doesn't want to be out there. But to me, it's like this was the perfect moment. We could have aligned all this. We could have got everything. This was the perfect moment. Travis Kelsey's his last year. There could be a chance he could be out in that game. Who knows? I mean, I don't think the Chiefs are going to make it to the Super Bowl because The Eagles look like they're cleaning up. The Eagles look like they're ready to repeat this shit. I don't know who's coming out of the AFC. It could be Baltimore. It could be, but at the end of the day, it's like there's a chance he could have been out there. And you could have been out there too, and it could have been his last game ever, and we could have been excited. It could have been a beautiful moment, but at at the end of the day, it's like, hey, you're marrying into the NFL. Do you even care about us? Do you even care about the fan base? You can't even play one free show for us for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. After you cleaned up, after you made $1 billion on one fucking tour. I mean, $1 billion. Like, you know, don't you realize that the NFL fans, they got daughters who are Swifties, they got wives who are Swifties. Like, the next time they're gonna like, hey, can I? Oh no, we can't afford you going again. Like, nobody's gonna cough up a bunch of money to go see this show. Like, we're a family, and we care about this. In the day, I think I think if she really wanted to, she should have. They could have found a way to do it. I don't think she wants to do it, and I don't understand why. I really don't understand why. I mean, everybody else has been on that stage. Why is it? Are you too good? Are you better than Michael Jackson? Are you better than Lady Gaga? Are you better than J Lo? Are you better than Shakira? I mean, Bad Bunny, The Weeknd. Bad Bunny's gonna be great. Don't judge me. You know, I don't buy music. I don't listen to music. I don't listen to radio because I don't fucking have a car. Most people listen to music in their fucking car. I don't have a fucking car. I listen to music once in a while. I mean, yeah, but it's like, to me, it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, this needed to happen. This needed to happen. It would have been a great moment, and I think she should have done it. And at the end of the day, like, to me, it's like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. You could have built your fan base. You know, I mean, people think about the best halftime shows of all time. People still watch it. Like, the halftime shows are like the biggest acts in the world. People all over the world, people who hate football watch it just for the halftime show, just to see the party going down. And at the end, I think, to me, it's like, I think it's just, it kind of upset me it didn't go down. And I don't really understand why. I really don't understand why. And to me, it's like, this could have been a beautiful moment, but it's not happening. But I think Bad Bunny's great. And the fact we got a fucking Latino on that stage singing fucking songs in Spanish is like the greatest thing ever. I mean, it's Levi Stadium. I'm all for it. I know he had a residency in Puerto Rico because he didn't want his fans getting deported at the shows. And I'm all down for that. I'm cool with that. And he made money. Why is it's okay for him to do it? Why he said yes? What does he have to? Why is it? Why doesn't he care about the money? Maybe he's not as big as, but it's like, you got a whole machine. You got a whole machine. You're making money. You're gonna be a goddamn billionaire. How many singers end up billionaires? You're gonna be a billionaire. Like, when's enough enough? Yeah, you're gonna come out with a new album, tapes, CDs. Any way you can make a bug, you do it. I mean, if you can sell a fucking car that only plays Taylor Swift, somebody's gonna fucking buy that shit. Because Taylor is big time, and I get that the Swifties are big time. I understand you built this business and all that, but at the end, it's like, I mean, why can't you do it? I don't think the 49ers might make it there anyway. The odds are, the 49ers have played in the Super Bowl in the Bay Area. They actually played in Stanford. Their their third Super Bowl against the Dolphins. The Dan Marino, when he was a rookie, it was Dan Marino, Joe Montana. They actually played a Super Bowl in Stanford. Like, do you even realize? I mean, back in the '80s, it's unthinkable to think like you would even have. I don't even think they had seating. people paid all this money to sit on wooden benches because my dad and I had season tickets for Stanford football one year when I was in high school because I wanted to go see Notre Dame. I was a Notre Dame fan, and the only way you could get to see Notre Dame back in those years when they were winning national championship, they only won one actually with Lou Holtz, but was to get a season ticket. And we did it one year. I remember one year Stanford. I remember one game we left early, and Stanford came back after they were down by 21 and won. I think there was like 90 or was it 90 or 91? But it was like, yeah, but it's unthinkable. The 49ers, but they were fucking robbed yesterday. The 49ers were robbed yesterday. I don't know what happened down there, but it looks slimy and shit. I just want, I'm hella pissed off. I'm hella pissed off at Comcast. I'm hella pissed off at Comcast. Or Xfinity, I don't know what the fuck it's called. But I always have the 49ers on DVR because, frankly, I'm trying to skip the halftime show. So the game starts at 1. I start watching it on DVR about 1:30, 1:45, and then I go through the commercials, and by the time the halftime is over, I catch up, right? My DVR wasn't fucking with me. The DVR wasn't fucking working right. I'm like, why isn't the DVR working right? Well, the DVR, it was giving me trouble. And at one point, I was like halfway through the game, and it stopped. My DVR just stopped working altogether. I couldn't forward it to the rest of the commercials, and the game was over. So whoever was fucking with my DVR was actually watching the game. So as soon as the Niners lost, boom, it fucking just jumped to the end. And I was like, why the fuck it jumps to the end? Because the Niners lost and somebody was fucking with me. Somebody, who the fuck is fucking with my DVR? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, people are messing with my DVR. You're messing with my 49er game. Just because I try to skip commercials. It was kind of funny, though. I have to admit, I wasn't really that upset. For the 49er losses, I was okay. I mean, anytime you lose, it sucks. But in the NFL, you're going to lose. And some losses are better than others. They barely lost. George Kittle's out. Fucking Purdy's injured again. I mean, Bosa's out for the year. And they barely got us. The defense kind of fucked it up. But there's nothing more frustrating watching an NFL game full of penalties, because they don't have to call penalties that much, There should be a limit on penalties because you fucking know that this game is kind of rigged when you're seeing like 20 penalties on one team, like 3 on the other, or the most frustrating penalties when somebody get penalized one fucking play, and then the next play the other team gets penalized, and you're thinking like the ref realized he fucked it up, he made a fucking mistake, and he's trying to make up by fucking giving the other team a fucking penalty, right? And by making it up, and I'm like, that's just straight out bullshit, Let these people play. Like, some penalties are awful, but I mean, it's fucking, some penalties are just straight up bullshit, Like, and there's nothing fucking worse than like your team getting more penalties than the other team by a lot. And that's how these games get rigged, It's the fucking refs. It's the penalties that actually rig it. Because you got 15-yard penalties, right? You got 15-yard penalties. You give a team like 4 or 15-yard penalties, they're fucking dead in the water, They're fucking dead in the water. And at the end of the day, we got to stop all these fucking penalties. We got to stop it. It's fucking ruining the game. But I wasn't really upset because, of course, the Niners are playing Thursday in LA. They got the Rams. And I'm thinking, this is not a bad loss. to Jacksonville because you got a couple more days to get hyped up. You got to wake up. You wake up on Monday morning after losing to Jacksonville at home, and you're like, oh, we got a chance. We got 3 more days. We can get our mojo back. We're gonna be in LA. We gotta beat the Rams, dude. We gotta beat the fucking Rams. We need this fucking game. The Rams are also 3-1. I think the winner this Thursday has a leg up on winning the fucking division. I'm not saying the Seahawks can't win the division. They could, but I don't think the Seahawks are. This division is gonna come down to the Rams and Niners, and it's coming down to this motherfucking Thursday night. God damn it. And and sadly for the Rams fans, you know this stadium is going red, dude, because the Niner fans have like one of the biggest fan bases in the NFL right now. Wherever they fucking go, they fucking turn every stadium red. The fans come out, especially in LA. It's full of 49er fans. They're gonna travel, and in fact, the weird thing is, because I was checking prices to go to Vegas because I was trying to go for this comedy competition, I realized as soon as the 49ers won last Sunday, not yesterday, but the week before, the Vegas prices for that Thursday jumped. And why did they jump? Because all these fans are like, we're fucking undefeated. We're going to win the Super Bowl. We got to get to Vegas to watch this game. We could go to LA because LA is only like 5-hour driving distance from Vegas, And if I win a big ass jackpot on Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe I'll be at that game. Maybe if I win like $1,000, I'll be like, I'm fucking there. But we got to win this fucking game. It's a fucking important. So all I'm saying is maybe that's why they lost, because they were looking forward to this fucking game. Because this is it. The Rams and Niners have always been like the biggest game of the year. I mean, for years, for the last 40 years, these fan bases hated each other. We don't hate each other, We're not like the Cowboys and the Redskins, or the Cowboys and every other fucking team in the NFL. Because the Cowboys are just despised and shit. They're fucking despised. So we're not the Cowboys, but like, this game is important. I don't fucking know if Purdy's gonna be there, man. I don't know. I don't think Kittle's gonna be back for a while. It's crazy fucking business. And like, it was crazy. There was one player for the Niners who caught a 2-pointer, and he was like sandwiched by these two guys, dude. Like, something. It's like, in the fucking coaching staff, they fucking try to fight it out after the game. Like, they try to fight it out and shit. They were pissed off. They were mad. There was one play where they called a penalty on Jacksonville, and they decided that the Niners were going to take the penalty. Well, nobody fucking asked Shanahan if he wanted the fucking penalty or not. He was pissed. He called the timeout to argue it. He's like, I never said, because it was going to be like 2nd and 17 or 3rd and 12, and they wanted 3rd and 12, and the refs decided, somebody on the Niners said, yeah, we'll take the penalty. But usually they fucking go up to the coach itself and ask, and the coach was pissed. He's like, why the fuck are you just going to take the penalty without asking me? And at the end, it's like, it went bad. It went bad. He was pissed. He called a timeout. He was yelling. And during the 3rd down, fucking Jacksonville got like a 20-yard reception, got a 1st down. And it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened because it would have been 3rd down, and they fucking ran it on 2nd down, and then on 3rd down they threw it. And the game probably, the Niners would have won that fucking game. But the NFL, you never win every game. Some losses are not as bad as others. They barely lost, and basically half of your team is fucking injured, and you barely lost. So at least you can take that with you and say, hey, you know what? Maybe we can win. We can win this shit if we get everybody together. It's a long year. But yeah, to me, it's like they fucking got robbed. They got robbed big time. And I always wonder, like, what's going on? What's going on with these refs? Like, why we got so many fucking penalties? It's fucking football. Some penalties they need to happen. Like, there's some things you can't do. You can't fucking do. I mean, but other shit like when you're both running after the fucking ball. I mean, and you barely touch the guy, and he fucking falls. You're gonna get called on a penalty. But like you're both running for the fucking ball. You can't even cover people anymore. You can't cover these wide receivers. You can't come near them, or you're gonna get called for a fucking penalty. And in my way is like that's just not right. You gotta let these people play football. I mean, it's a funnest sport, but like, yeah, it goes on for like 3 hours. I try and go through the commercials, but it's the second time in a row my DVR got fucked. My DVR got fucked, and it wasn't just the Niners. It was on fucking the WWE. I have the WWE recorded every Friday night. Fucking SmackDown, you know, on the USA Network, and somehow I didn't record the first hour. Like why? What the fuck is going on with my DVR? Like what the fuck is going on? Who's fucking with my DVR? I mean, it really upsets me, especially the Niner game. But I gotta say, it's funny. It was funny. Like somehow my DVR clocked out, and the next thing I know, the game's over. Boom. Right when the game ended, too, my DVR clocked out, and they're like, "Hey, game's over. You lost. You don't need to watch the rest of the game. Just go to the front." I was like, "Oh, well, thank you, fucking Comcast. Thank you, DVR. Whoever, how the fuck do you fuck with somebody's DVR? My dad was an engineer. I mean, I like computers, but some of this shit I don't get. Like, how the fuck you fuck with somebody's DVR? How the fuck do you even get into? Is there like a database? There's got to be a database where they keep all this fucking computerized shit, or maybe your fucking modem is like a fucking computer, and they keep all these fucking programming in there. How the fuck you fuck with somebody's DVR? How do you slow it down so it doesn't fucking work? And why are you fucking with like? I'm just trying to get through these commercials. I don't want to sit through the halftime. I don't give a fuck about halftime. I'm trying to avoid the halftime, you know. And I go, it's hard. It's hard trying to go through a DVR of a football game because I can't look at the internet. I can't, I can't, sometimes they flash scores and I got to avoid it. So I don't know what's going on because I'm watching the game as it happens. But, I had to avoid it. I can't go on fucking Twitter because Twitter is going to tell you the fucking score. I can't look at ESPN. I can't do all this shit because I'm avoiding the fucking score so I can watch a game. But I mean, how the fuck you fuck with somebody's DVR? One day I want to find out. Like one day I hope somebody would tell me like it was me. I was the one fucking with your DVR. I'm like, why the fuck are you fucking my DVR? Like it was funny. Like I have to admit, it was a funny practical joke. Here I am. I'm like, I think I'm halfway through the third quarter, and I can't even advance the DVR anymore. Boom, and it pops up. The game's over. You fucking lost. Who cares? And I was like, I mean, it's funny. Like it's funny, and basically, you kind of saved me a lot of pain and misery. Like because I would be watching the rest of the game and like, oh fuck, we could pull this game out, can't we? Oh no, you're not pulling the game out. It's over. Like, well, okay. Oh, I get that. You're like, spare me the fucking misery of watching the Niners fucking lose. You did that, but at the end, it's like, why is the DVR crapping on me during the second week in a row? The DVR, I never had any fucking problems, and in fact, my mom got a new fucking modem for Xfinity, right? My mom got a new modem, and I'm thinking maybe it's the modem, maybe the new modem, but I don't think it's the modem. Like, I mean, why is it crapping on a Niner game? I just want to watch it. No more of this DVR bullshit. No more no more heartache. But fucking Thursday night, and you're wondering where am I gonna be Thursday night? Where can you see me? You know, where can you see me if you want to catch me Thursday night at the game? Well, basically, I'm either gonna be at the Circa or the Fountain Blue. I'm not staying there. I'm not staying at the Circa or the Fountain Blue. I stay in the same hotel casino. It's fucking haunted. I stay at the Apache, you know. And I was watching videos about the Apache casino, the hotel online because it's haunted. And you got all these people, like all these fucking ghost people, like they got all these ghost YouTube shows, like the haunting show. And I swear there was one guy, I forgot the name of his programming. I think it's like the paranormal Polynesian something of another. I swear he filmed in a room I stayed at. I swear I think I was in room 355, that room. But the problem is, I look at all these videos and I swear I stayed in this room because all the rooms fucking look alike, right? They either got two beds or one bed, but every fucking room at the looks the same. So, but I think I've been in this fucking room, right? And I'm thinking I've been there. I think I stayed in the Apache like 5 times. I've never, I've never seen ghosts. You know, I don't hang out at the casino. Like, I don't play at the casino. I stay there, and the reason I stay there is because there's no resort fees. You know, there's two casinos that got no resort fees. The Apache and Four Queens, and they're both in downtown. And one of the reasons why they got no resort fees is because you're not sleeping. You're not gonna sleep. But it's fucking Vegas. You don't need to sleep, right? It's fucking Vegas. You don't need to sleep. But yeah, it's fucking noisy. Not every room. I had one room at the Apache. I think it was in on the other side. But usually the cheap rooms are always like near they're near the Fremont Street Experience, and it goes loud. But these days I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I prepare. I prepare. I don't fucking come home until like maybe 1 in the morning. You know. By then, I watch some TV. I fall asleep. A couple hours later, it's fucking quiet. You know, they don't start ramping up shit. Until 2 in the morning. Sometimes I go out to the Fremont Street. Yeah, I've never seen anything. But part of me thinks like maybe I'm fucking it up. I'm missing out on some potential, videos because I must have watched like fucking 20 different videos about the Apache being haunted. I'm like, I haven't made any fucking videos. And basically why is because, I like my privacy. I'm not trying to let everybody know where the fuck I'm at. But this time, I don't give a fuck. I'm at the Apache, motherfucker. Go find me if you want to find me. Put on your big girl panties and come find me. Stop telling people I'm fucking ghosting you. I haven't ghosted anybody. I don't ghost people. Okay? I'm fucking shy. I, I don't know where the fuck you're at. I'm not trying to figure out all your life, If you wanna be with me, be with me. You don't wanna be around me, don't be around me. I don't give a fuck. But don't sit here and tell me I'm fucking ghosting you. Why would I ghost you? My life is not that fun. My life is not that exciting that I'm like, I'm just gonna ghost people. I'm gonna have a fucking big ass party and not invite you. I'm gonna have all these fun activities and just ignore you. I don't do that shit. My life is fucking boring. I'm dying for you to come and hang out with me. I need some fun. I need some entertainment. I need more friends. I don't got enough friends. I need friends. I need Vegas friends. I'm not ghosting anybody. So if you think I'm ghosting you, I suggest you just put on your big girl panties and you come and say hi to me. Most likely, you know where the fuck I'm at anyway, because I do get watched. I do got stalkers. I do got people know where the fuck I'm at all times. People know my mom tries to get upset. She doesn't know where I'm at 10 p.m. Like she calls me or texts me. I don't know where the fuck you're at. I'm like, my mom knows where I'm at all times. My mom knows where the fuck I'm at all times. Like, don't even, you know, don't even try and tell me I don't know where I'm at. I got scared. I'm like, all you have to do is fucking check Google to know where the fuck I'm at. You know what I mean? I mean, these days I always think like I can't even have conversations with my friends because I know somebody's fucking listening in to my phone conversations. But I don't even it's not me cuz I half the time when I'm hanging out with my friends, I'm trying to hide my phone. So if they want to listen into some phone conversation, they want to listen in a conversation I'm having with my friends, I'm kicking with my friends, they want to hear what the fuck is going on like it's not through my phone. They're not hacking my phone to do it. But I mean, that's the truth. That's the reality we live in. Like, yeah, you can't hide. You know, if people want to fucking hear what you're saying to somebody, they can fucking do it. We're living in that time where nothing is really hidden. I'm always surprised. Like, I was watching some documentary series called the Cocaine Quarterback about a next quarterback at USC during their championship years who ended up being a cocaine kingpin. And he's like, yeah, I got these encrypted cell phones. I forgot the name of the company, but they take a BlackBerry and they basically take out the fucking microphone and the camera, so you can't. All you got is this fucking. You can only email somebody. It's encrypted. I'm like, that's what the fuck I need. That's what the fuck I need. I need that phone. Where the fuck? I think it's called the Phantom. I don't know where you get the Phantom phone, but that's what the fuck I need because basically, but it's like I can't do anything about it. Like I know if I'm kicking with my friends, somebody is fucking listening to what we're saying, and it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks, but it's part of the future, and I think in the next 5-10 years, I mean, we're gonna come up with laws about this kind of shit because we got no privacy. We got no fucking privacy anymore. Like you can hack people's television. You want to watch somebody at their house. The fucking TVs come with cameras. The TVs you can hack the TV, the tablet, the phone if you want to watch somebody. You can do that shit if you know what you're doing. If you fucking know what you're doing. And it's like, there's no privacy these days. And really, I mean, I can complain about it, but it's the reality of it. It's the reality of it. Kind of makes you wish you didn't need a fucking phone. You know, Sometimes I wish I had a landline. What the fuck did we do 20, 30 years ago when there were no cell phones? Like, we just lived our fucking life. We had landlines, you had beepers and pagers, but at the end, you can fucking do what you wanted. Nobody knew where the fuck you're at. But now we got tracers on cars. Our fucking cars come with GPS trackers. I mean, everything we do, there's cameras everywhere. You know, you can't fucking hide anymore. And at the end of the day, it's like it's a private issue. I'm down with it, but yeah, it kind of does upset me that I can't fucking have a conversation with a friend of mine that annoying that somebody's not trying to listen in to what the fuck is going on. Like it's a private conversation. It's a private conversation. I can't go anywhere. I can't talk to people without somebody trying to listen in. Like, why the fuck do you get to listen to my shit? Stop listening to my shit. If you wanna talk to me, come talk to me. Don't be thinking I'm ghosting you. I fucking ghosted you. I ain't fucking ghosting any of you. Like, you just didn't fucking put on your big girl panties and come find me. If you wanna talk to me, you knew where I was. But telling me I'm ghosting you, I don't fucking think so. Like I'm not Kanye. I'm not trying to hide. I don't got security hiding from the general public. I'm not fucking in the streets. I'm not here. I'm in the metro. I'm in the public eye. I'm everywhere. So you think I'm ghosting you? I don't know what to tell you. I like ghosting. Why would I ghost anybody? Like, my life is not that fun, you know. I'm kind of bored half the time, you know. I'm on SSI. I go to the fucking Metreon. I'm kind of sick of the Metreon, you know. I kind of wish that AMC had more movie theaters. I could just split it, you know. I mean, they got a movie theater in Emeryville, but Emeryville has shitty seats, you know. And one of the fun parts about the Metreon is you can fucking sit there in those relaxed seats. Why can't they all be like good seats, you know? I mean, Emeryville is a nice fucking mall. It's an outdoor mall. It's really popular. People love going there. Like, why can't AMC fucking clean up that movie theater? You know, make it nicer. You know, why can't they do that? Why is it like? Why is it you're upset people aren't going to the theater? Of course, they're not going to the theater because not every fucking movie theater is comfy. You know, some of the seats are just fucking old and shit. You're sitting on a seat that people have been sitting on 20, 30 years, you know, like the old BART seats. Remember the old BART seats where, you know, they shit would go inside and you couldn't get it out. So every BART seat was all stained up, you know. Now they're all covered in plastic, so nothing gets inside. They clean the fucker up. But yeah, I'm kind of sick of the Metreon. You know, I'm kind of sick of it. To tell the truth, it used to be better when on Tuesday I would go to different movie theaters, Daily City. I would go fucking Bayfair Mall. But now I'm stuck in the Metreon. Frankly, I like the Metreon. It's cool. But man, I live in Walnut Creek. I'm in San Francisco. San Francisco's more expensive on BART. I'm paying like $2 extra just to get here. Like if I stayed in Oakland, I would save fucking like $4. I with my disabled bar pass, it costs me more to get into San Francisco, and somehow I can't fucking watch a movie without snacks. I need my motherfucking snacks, and that's another problem. Is like I gain weight because I go to Target buy some chips, some shit I wouldn't even eat on my own. But I buy the chips. I buy some bad shit for you, and like I'm drinking Red Bulls, you know. And after a while, I was like, not every movie's that good. I see it. I mean, I've seen some good movies, some funny movies, you know. But yeah, you know, after a while, I'm outside smoking weed, and I feel weird about it, you know, because there's regular people kicking it out here. I'm here always smoking weed, but it's San Francisco. They're not gonna tell me I can't smoke weed. If I was in Walnut Creek, they would shut me down, you know. But out here, San Francisco and Berkeley's another city where nobody's ever gonna tell you can't smoke weed outside, you know. Nobody's ever gonna tell you. When I was in Vegas, I was smoking weed near a bus stop. The security told me just to go like a little farther away, you know. Don't smoke in front of the bus stop. A little farther away, and I'm cool with that. And the security guard at the Metreon basically told somebody else like, smoke weed, but do it over there. Don't do it here. But sometimes they got these huge ass conventions, and the whole Metreon, the whole front of the Metreon turns into this big convention park. That and they bring out all this shit just for the convention. They don't have this for the regular people. Like you go to the Metreon on a regular fucking day. There's no nice seating outside. There's no beach chairs. There's no lawn chairs. There's no fucking party area. All that shit is just brought out for the convention. And it's like, I mean, the fucking mall is almost gone, dude. The mall's almost gone. The only restaurant I still like to fuck with in the mall is gone. The cheesecake. I used to go to Blondie's. Blondie's is gone. They're all fucking gone, dude. Like, there's no good food anymore. I mean, fucking what? Panda Express is down there. Or Panda, what is it called? Panda's there. But I mean, they're still there. But at the end of the day, it's like the mall's almost fucking gone. And it's like, I mean, they could have done something. The trouble with that fucking mall, it was upscale. It was upscale. All the stores had to be upscale. The restaurants had to be fucking upscale. And at the end, dude, like you couldn't bring in Walmart. Like Walmart could have saved your fucking mall. Why can't you bring in Walmart and put in the fucking mall? Walmart is like the biggest fucking realtor out there, biggest fucking store out there. Why can't you? Why can't Walmart come into San Francisco? You know, eventually Walmart's gonna be here, like every other fucking town because they're gonna need money. They should have put In-N-Out Burger inside, but now I don't even know what they're gonna do with this mall because it's a rich area, it's a nice area. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money there. I mean, but it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. My neighborhood mall where I grew up, Valco, is gone. And when they were shutting down Valco, I didn't even go and say goodbye. That's how much of a dickhead I am. I should have gone and said goodbye one last time, looked around. Every time I'm near that area, I always think about like, damn, my mall is gone, dude. My mall is gone.
I brought up both of your YouTube channels. Do you want to play any of your comedy?
Not really.
Okay.
So my local mall is gone. The mall they shot Fast Times at Richmond High is gone. All my favorite malls are gone. The Santa Monica Mall is still there. The 3rd Street Promenade Mall is still there. That's good. But at the end of the day, it's like mall culture is gone. But yeah, when they were closing up that mall and they turned it into housing, Valco, I didn't go fight. I didn't fight for my neighborhood mall. I didn't fight for the mall and stuff. And I was like, I should have fought for that mall. I should have fought for the mall, but I didn't. And now this mall is going down. But I mean, it's kind of sad. But the Metreon is cool and shit. And Stone Sound is kicking, dude. Like, if you want to go to a mall in San Francisco where it's really fun to be at, Stone Sound is your fucking mall. I mean, the food is great. They got a lot of Asian fast food restaurants down there. So if you're into different types of food, they got a Blondies at Stonestown, and you're right next to SS State. So, sometimes I would sneak off to SS State and smoke some weed. But I don't do that often, not anymore. But I used to. Because the funny thing is when I was walking out of my crib, my house, to get the little white bus, because where I live in the senior community, they got a whole little bus system where they take me to BART or they go to downtown, and it's like they only do it Monday through Friday. They don't do that on the weekends anymore. On the weekends, I used to just go to Safeway, which is nearby. But I'm walking out, and I see one of my fucking neighbors is a hippie. He's all in tie-dye. He's walking his fucking dog. And I'm thinking, like, they're coming after me for weed. This guy could be my new best friend. He could become my bestie. I've been waiting for a fucking hippie neighbor. And here's my new hippie neighbor. Unfortunately, I don't think they like us very much because one time they were walking the dog at night, and my mom almost ran one of them over. So I don't think they like us very much, but I don't think they recognize me. I don't even know if they recognize my mom, but yeah, a hippie family moved in. I was excited. I'm like, finally, I got hippie neighbors, because we need more hippie neighbors, right? Because we need hippies in my area to smoke weed. I don't want to be the only one smoking weed in my crib, But yes, and yeah, I almost the main reason why I couldn't get there on Monday that easy. I mean, I'd have to be at SFO like at 5 in the morning. Like, how the fuck am I getting at SFO at 5 in the morning? My idea was like, I'm just gonna get there the night before and just like chill out for a bunch of hours. I was gonna do that, but there was one flight. There was one flight from I think it was SFO or it was San Jose. It would take off like at 10:30 p.m. and it would land at midnight in Vegas. And I thought I should take that flight and I would save on one night at a hotel because I could just chill. I could just kick it in Vegas at night. It's fucking warm. I could just get drunk, hang out at casinos, ride the fucking Deuce. The Deuce is some bus that goes from downtown all the way to the strip to the outlet mall and back. I could just be riding the Deuce all night long. That was my other idea. I was just gonna get on that plane and shit. Unfortunately, I do have a roommate who fucking like watches everything I do, and she wasn't gonna be down for that shit. So, but yeah, that was one of my plans. Luckily I got a plane takes off at 8 in the morning. And BART starts running at 5, so I can get there at 8 in the morning, right? But yeah, that was one of my reasons why. But I would have done it, dude. I would have done it if I got an email confirming me for this comedy contest. If I got an email in time, I would be there. But like, I never received an email, and I thought maybe they just don't want me there. Like, maybe they're still mad at me for the last time I said it was too hot. I don't want to be here next week. It was kind of like a joke, but the truth is, like, hey, Vegas is fun. But now I'm lucked out. It's like 85 degrees. That's fucking chill weather. Kind of chilly at night. But I'm flying. I'm flying. I don't fly Spirit. When I fly Spirit, I walk in with my backpack. They always say they're gonna charge us. Well, I've never been charged for my backpack. But now I'm flying Frontier, so I gotta worry. And they're like, if you want to bring your backpack, it's gonna be like $70. And I'm like, I don't want to pay $70 because frankly, I'm not paying that much. People always say that Vegas is expensive. Vegas is not that expensive. You make it expensive. A lot of people they like to have a really good time in Vegas. I get that shit, and it is expensive. Fucking dinners, the alcohol, but basically, I'm not going to good restaurants. I'm not out there partying. I'm not out there seeing expensive concerts. I have a good time. I got my roller coaster passes for New York, New York. Hopefully, I lost weight because I barely fit into the seat last time when they put down the seatbelt strap on top of me. Because I was there like the day before and the seatbelt strap fit fine. But the next day, I must have got the buffet and ate too much. The seatbelt strap was like kind of tight on me. And I had an all day pass, right? So yeah, I had an all day pass because I play on the Vegas slots game, which is it's part of the MGM Grand. It's like some online game, and you earn points, and you can take those points, and you can, I got a ticket to Madame Tussauds for the third time. I've never actually made it to Madame Tussauds. The truth is, I thought it was in the Paris. I didn't realize it's another fucking casino. Later on, I realized that I didn't even know where the fucking was. I got tickets. I got a ticket for the Excalibur. They have like a round table show, but I didn't make it the last time because my plane was late. So this time I made sure. But hey, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna try and hit a couple open mics, because it's Vegas. It's fun. Motley Crue is gonna be there on Wednesday. I'm thinking usually because I go during the weekdays. Usually there's no great concerts. Eddie Griffin's always there, but all the good concerts are on the weekends. The Motley Crue is gonna be there. Lionel Richie's gonna be there. The fucking Beach Boys are gonna be there. But who the fuck knows who's on the Beach Boys anymore? They're still good. Shout out to the Mike Love. I was hoping like maybe my brother had done better. We could have been like we could have got free tickets for life. My brother fucked that shit up, so I get no Beach Boys tickets. It's all good though. It's all good though. It's all good. Well, yeah, Molly Crew is gonna be fun. This time I'm gonna experiment a little. somebody told me that you should never buy tickets ahead of time for any of this shit because an hour before the show, the fucking tickets drop. They drop because all these the ticket brokers are basically they took over all the tickets, right? So you're not even buying from Ticketmaster. You're going from these ticket brokers. So somebody told me you should always wait until like an hour before the show, and their ticket's gonna drop. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and hit up Molly Crew. I mean, why the fuck not? I think the band is still together. Vince Neil. They're all. It's incredible. This band is still playing. I mean, it's probably pretty good, you know. Lionel Richie, the Beach Boys. But yeah, I would have been there if he had just fucking sent me a fucking email on time. You know, I didn't. I thought you were mad at me. I'm one of those people. Like I'm always thinking people are mad at me, so I don't have an email confirming that I'm supposed to be there. I always think like they're just mad at me. I'm one of those people. You gotta always realize like you know when you're dealing with me, you gotta confirm all this shit because I'm just not gonna show up thinking like I emailed them. I must be on the list. You know, I'm not gonna do that. But fuck no. Now I feel like a dumbass. And I was actually checking prices. I thought well, I could still make it. You know, I could still make it, but not. It's like $150 for a one-way ticket to Vegas. I'm not gonna do that. You know? I'm not gonna do that. Maybe I can move my ticket. Maybe I should call Frontier and see if I can move it to today. Maybe I could do that. You know. Then I gotta find a place to stay and shit. But that wouldn't have been a problem because I'm a baller. I'm old school. I'm in Vegas. You can, I mean, I think one night you can make it all night in Vegas, just kicking it. You know, and you wake up in the morning. I was gonna do it on Saturday. I was gonna fly like at 10 p.m. on Saturday, land like at 12:30 or 12 midnight. I was gonna kick it all night because the first NFL game was from Dublin. It started at 6 in the morning, so I was like, all I do is I just gotta chill for 6 hours, just ride the deuce or hang out at a casino or do all kinds of shit. I don't know. There's all kinds of shit going on in Vegas all night. And then at 6 in the morning, I just fucking go to the casino and fucking watch football. Then I'll check in at 4. I'll probably sleep for like 12 hours. Be ready the next day. But you know, I didn't do it. I didn't do it because I never received that email confirming that I'm supposed to be at this conference.
But they sent you something else afterwards saying be there tonight or something?
They sent me a DM this morning.
This morning.
And I'm like, why you confirm with me? Like I don't live out there, you know? Why don't you like do that last
when
week?
Did you register online?
I registered like a week and a half ago.
And you paid an amount?
I never paid the 20.
I
never paid the 20 because I didn't do it the last time until they asked for it, right? So I thought I'll do the same thing, right? This way I know why pay $20 and then have them say, "Ah, oh, fuck you, I'm gonna keep your money,"
or just not register you and you forget, right?
Yeah. So I was like, if they had told me give me the 20, I would have done it. I would have been there, but like now I feel like a dumbass. But you know, I wasn't gonna. There's like 2 more weeks, so maybe I can figure my way back. I can figure my way back.
This is Vegas.
Yeah, I could figure my way back in a couple of weeks. There's a couple of things I fucked up on because I didn't realize there was some kind of weed event going on in Vegas yesterday. They had some weed event awards. I could have hit that up too, you know. But like I said, you know, sometimes I'm here and sometimes I'm not here. You know, sometimes I'm there and sometimes I'm not there. But like I said, yeah, I'm kind of fucked up, but I'm gonna miss it. Like you know, the funny thing is, I'll be missing it by like 12 hours or something. You know, because I'm arriving in the morning and stuff. You know, but maybe I can call Frontier. But it's kind of late now. It's like 3. Now I got to get to SFO. I could get to SFO. Maybe if I call Frontier, I can move. I can move my flight till today. Who knows? They're probably gonna fucking charge me and shit. You never know. You never know. The other thing I never tried the $20 trick when I check in. You ever tried the $20 trick when you check in? Some people hand them $20 trying to get an upgrade. You know?
Gotcha.
But I've never done that because I'm not that fucking Apache. Upgrade? Where are you gonna upgrade me to? You know? Are you gonna put me in the Bellagio or something? The kind of upgrade I'm looking for is on the fucking strip.
It's not in your hotel.
No, I'm like, I don't know if they got they. I know they got nicer rooms, but what do they got at the Apache that's so nice? Like, I'm trying to get a fucking upgrade for it, you know. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna look for ghosts. They got a rib place too. I've never tried because I never. The Apache's like a old wooden box. That's how I like to think of it. It's like a big box. All these downtown hotels are like old boxes that got stacked up on each other, you know. So, and then I heard that they have another tower that they never opened up because it's full of asbestos. So not only that, I'm saying the hotel has an asbestos problem. So you just gotta Google everything, but like I'm looking for the ghost. You should watch out. I got some videos coming in.
All right. Anything else?
I got videos coming in. I'm gonna kick it with some ghosts. I mean, yeah, I saw a movie about Brando, and the guy in the movie, John Heater, his character was banging a couple ghosts. So I'm like, I mean, is it cheating if you're banging a ghost? You know, what do you think about that? If you bang a ghost, is that are you cheating? If you're banging a ghost?
No matter who you're banging, even if it's a ghost.
Okay, well, there you are. But luckily, I can bang as many ghosts as I fucking want. You know,
because you're single.
Because I'm single. So if there's a hot ghost, I'm sure there's a bunch of hot ghosts in Vegas. It is Vegas. I'm sure there's a bunch of hot ghosts running around. You know, some 1950s showgirl who drank too much and died and shit. Fell off the tower. You know, some weird shit. But I also got a joke about the Apache. That's another reason I stay there because I have a whole joke about it. I talk about how like this casino's haunted, and I went in my room and my laptop was gone, and I went downstairs. I'm like, my laptop is gone, and they're like, yeah, we got a ghost who steals laptops. You know, I'm like, well, I put the laptop in the safe, and they're like, dumbass, fucking ghosts can walk in safes. Don't you realize that ghosts can walk in, take your fucking safe? And I was like, oh. And then, yeah, that's my joke. I always do it in Vegas. That's another reason I stay there is because I got a joke out of it. And I was hoping that the Apache people would hear it and give me a fucking deal, you know, because I basically got a whole joke about their fucking casino. They've never been that cool with me. But the best thing about the Apache, I mean, you go to the fucking strip casinos, dude, you're sitting in line for an hour just to check in. The Apache, you get there, you check in, you fucking check. No resort fees. It's all good. I never had any. The only time I didn't get my fucking deposit was because I checked in early. I didn't realize. I think I checked in an hour early, and they took my fucking deposit. So this time I learned, don't check in early. Check-in is at 4. Just follow the instructions. You know, fucking Fremont Street, here I come. It's been fun. I think we got Tragic next week. Tragic magic.
All right, and you can see him on Instagram or YouTube, Facebook. And he's a magician, I'm guessing by the name.
No,
or is he a comedian?
No, he's a pothead.
He's a pothead. All right, till next week.